Hope and Fear, written by Duck Show Studios. The island of Sodor is an island that always has plenty going on. As was this morning, when Thomas and James were both going to pull passenger trains. Thomas's passenger train was going to go on his branch line, and James was pulling a passenger train down the main line. Emily and Henry were both down. They were at the steamworks, along with Stafford. Stafford was not much of a problem, as Sir Topham Hatt stated, because we have plenty of shunting engines, but we need some heavy haulers for the main line, he said. So, I've made a request to have some engines from the mainland come to help out. Oh dear, said Bertie. That doesn't sound good. They're usually trouble. Engines from the mainland? Sir, remember what happened when Diesel came? It was utter chaos. Yeah, and I don't want any other engines coming here that would cause trouble, said James. But if it means that I don't have to pull as much freight, count me in. There goes James getting more passenger duty. Thomas was not convinced. Don't worry, Thomas. But that's exactly what Thomas did. He was talking to Annie and Clarabel about it on his branch line. What's the matter, Thomas? Said Annie. Well, the problem is that mainland engines always cause trouble. We had Diesel over, and it's usually Diesel this, Diesel that. D199 or whoever, they just are such troublesome engines, said Thomas. I just don't want anything to go wrong, said Thomas. Really? Can he just get an engine from somewhere else? Someone else that could cause less trouble, said Thomas as he arrived at the station. I just want a peaceful, relaxing few months on Sodor till Emily and Henry are repaired, said Thomas. And maybe that's what you get, said Clarabel. I doubt it, said Thomas. That night in Farquhar's sheds, Thomas told Percy and Toby about the news.
Oh dear, I don't know who it will be.
Well, said Toby, it could be someone really good, like the Flying Scotsman, or Merlin. You honestly think Merlin's really good? Said Thomas. Well, he is quite good compared to some of their other engines, said Toby. But it could be someone bad, like Diesel, or a Class 08 shunter. We'll just only time will tell, Thomas, said Toby. Thomas was still convinced whoever would come would be trouble. The next day, Thomas had to pull a train to Vickerstown. It was Annie and Clarabel. Come along, we're rather late. Come along, we're rather late. Why are you in such a bad mood? Said Annie. 'Cause I don't want this visitor to cause any trouble, said Thomas. Duck was at the station too, ready for his branch line. Trouble? Oh dear, is it Diesel again? Oh, why can't Diesel just leave our railway alone? Exactly, at least finally someone who agrees with me. This is real. You two don't agree with me, said Thomas, Annie, and Clarabel. Finally someone who sees that new engines are always trouble. Well, I don't think they're always trouble, but if it's a nice engine, give them a warm welcome, said Duck. James was also pulling a passenger train to Vickerstown. He said,
Look, Thomas, I'm sure Sir Topham Hatt did everything in his power to make sure Diesel won't come back.
I hope you're right, said Thomas. Then Thomas felt a bit more optimistic. He knew Sir Topham Hatt well. Sir Topham Hatt would never let Diesel come back after him lying about Henry, him lying about Duck, him lying about him pushing cars into the sea, and all the trouble he caused was Daisy and Ryan, and Harvey, and all the trouble he caused was basically everyone. I think this is finally the last straw, and Diesel won't be the engine.
That's what we're trying to tell you.
Exactly. Sir Topham Hatt's an experienced railway controller. James and Thomas puffed merrily to Vickerstown station. We're going to Vickerstown station to find the new engine. I honestly think that it will be fun to have someone else here for a change.
Yeah, and then I won't have to pull freight trains.
Ha 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 ha! They arrived at Vickerstown station. It was getting dark. The passengers disembarked. Well, here come the engines. Sir, said Thomas, are you sure they won't be trouble? Well, I don't know if they won't be trouble, but here they come. Invisibility off! Merlin raced into the station. Oh, Merlin, nice to see you. Right, British Railways could only spare 2 engines, one of them being diesel, so I asked at the steelworks if we could borrow Merlin, said Sir Topham Hatt. And I will serve the railway with honour and respect and a bit of magic, said Merlin. Then who was the other engine?
Hello, sir,
said Sampson.
Hello, Thomas. Hello, James. Very nice to see you. Very nice. Yes, yes, yes.
Honestly, he's such a show-off,
said James. And he's not a heavy hauler.
Heavy hauler? I could haul twice as much as you, Thomas,
said Sampson. Sampson's just here while we wait for a heavy hauler from another country to come, said Sir Topham Hatt, as he turned and walked away. Thomas and James were very cheerful to Sampson and Merlin, and happy that and what gave them a well-deserved welcome. That's the end.